Good morning. Welcome to your reading. I am here. I just have to walk around. Oh, okay. Hi. Welcome to Lunch Break Tarot. I'm Jolene. It is Sunday. Um, it is Sunday, May 31st. So, full moon in Sagittarius today. Oh, have you felt it? Oh, so yeah, I just figured I would see what's in store coming up. I'm going to shuffle these. All right. So we got the Eight of Pentacles, which is mastery. Mastery. Oh gosh. I'm going to put this down so nothing else comes out for a second. Um, I don't know what to say. I don't know how much personal stuff to share these days. I used to share like way too much, probably, and now I'm trying to find more of that balance. I have a Leo moon and a Leo sun, so I'll probably always share more than the average person. Yeah, I know this isn't my diary or anything, but I have been with this. So, this full moon's in Sagittarius, and archetypically, Sagittarius rules faith. And anytime there are transits to our faith house, which it's not your faith house unless you happen to be an Aries rising, but the whole world is experiencing the faith archetype because Sagittarius rules faith. Um, among other things, long distance travel, being cultured, higher learning, academia, many things. But um, yeah, anyway, so Sagittarius, anytime you are learning lessons about faith, your faith gets tested in order to be more solid there. And man, has that been happening for me. And maybe that's happening for you as well. But if you watched one of last week's mini readings, one of the lessons is that there's life on the other side of this. Um, so that's bringing me a lot of comfort. And another thing is just I don't know what's in store for me in the future, like who gets to be a part of my life or who has to leave it. But um, like I think my attachment wounds, like, and that's just a psychological framework, but I'll say my attachment wounds got laid before I was even born. I know that. And I think we tend to choose partners um, usually because one or both of them has been working on this lesson for many lifetimes. Um, anyway, so that's just like what's on the horizon for me. It's been like a hard month. It's been a hard year, hard couple years. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I guess I just wanted to say that. Just touch base with something real for a second. But let's see what's on the horizon for the collective. So, whenever you have found this, trust the timing of it. There's something you're meant to hear, big or small. Also, sometimes when I'm interpreting the cards, the card will drop out of my hand, and I don't always catch it because I'm trying to stay composed for not to make a too boring of a video. But I notice it sometimes when I'm rewatching and I'm like, oh, I was off a little bit, at least for somebody. Like the last video, I don't remember what the card was, but I had interpreted it as whoever you're dealing with couldn't change. And I dropped the card and I didn't notice it. And I think what that meant is it's not that they can't change, it's that um, well, I don't want to say, I'm just too sad to talk about that honestly, but I was a little bit off on that. So I just wanted to point that out. So you will at least know that there are little signs that come on all the time. I'll see something in the window, like some kind of validation. I'll hear a sound that seems to come from nowhere. Like when I was like, oh, I think this Archangel Michael is on this temperance card. And then I heard a bing and I thought it was a phone, but it wasn't. And I think after I was rewatching it, I was like, oh, that being was validation that that's Archangel Michael. So anyway, there's just stuff like that happens. All right, let's just get on with the reading for what's coming up. All right, here goes. So what are we dealing with right now? From whenever you find this, what would you benefit from knowing about before it happens? Okay, so three of wands. So expecting something, the choice has already been made, and now you're just expecting it to pan out. And then we have the 9 of pentacles. So it seems like coming up this week is going to be a pretty independent week. Obviously, that's a good thing. We would have resistance to it if we had some kind of anxious, insecure attachment. But that's, yeah, we've got mastery. So we're mastering something and we're expecting the fruits of a previous decision to come to play. But there's a pause, obviously, because he's waiting on the shore and the ships are out, like out of his reach. But he can see them, but they're out of his reach. So he's just waiting this week. And then we've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is independence. All right, let's see if we can get something else. And I'll talk you through these with my first impressions, and then I'll clarify and get more out of them. Okay, that's probably good for the first layer. We've got Ace of Pentacles. So some type of offer that has to do with finances, some kind of financial opportunity or offer of stability of some kind. We've got the Empress. This is healing, healing relationships and healing your physical body, healing your psychology, your mind. And then we've got Ace of Cups, which is also healing. A new beginning and healing as well. So, that makes sense. Like when your faith gets tested, that's really destabilizing. And a lot of us have dysfunction that has played out for a long time, that we could stand to use faith to help us out with it. And but we might have suffered for a long time with the dysfunction, which could have led to either psychological or physical, some type of ailment. And this week is about healing big time with the Empress. That's wonderful. It's like really hard to have attachments to anything. That, like, the world, Dukkha is suffering, and I think it has to do with attachments, being attached to anything. Because like from the big picture, we're not lacking, but from here, it feels like we are, because we obviously need things to get by, and we have a nervous system that is very like visceral and real. Our consciousness experiences our nervous systems, and I don't know, it's just there's no getting around that. It's that really takes up your experience. But yeah, so there's some big healing this week, and I'm really looking forward to that. Jupiter's about truth too. Sagittarius, full moon. Okay, so let's clarify now. So we've got the moon, interesting, Sagittarius full moon. We've got the moon here, and that's clarifying the 8 of Pentacles, which is mastery. So some type of mastery in faith this week. Clarify the 3 of Wands. We've got the 7 of Swords. So this guy's sneaking away with his truths, his secrets. Somebody, whether it's you or somebody that you're dealing with, is so it's clarifying this. So you're expecting something that has to do with someone, and the reason you're waiting this week is because they're going about their business in private. Like you you are waiting on them. You are, can't wait, figure of speech, to come back together with them, but they need to experience something by themselves. And so they are kind of on a journey of their own this week, and just kind of dealing with all of their personal stuff alone without including you in that, because they need the freedom and space to be able to review that stuff on their own. And that's why you and your person are feeling very independent this week. Clarify the Nine of Pentacles. Clarify Nine of Pentacles. The World. So yeah, so your independence that you and your person are experiencing this week, is leading to a new chapter. There's going to be some big discoveries on both sides. You're not sure what remains once you actually transform your attachment wounds. There is a new beginning. I'm not sure whether you'll be together after that without the attachment wounds in place, or if you both continue your independence after this. But we've got the World, so we'll see if we can get more. And actually, I did have another card. So this week with the World card, it leads to a lot of stability, not just independence, but I mean, this looks like this is togetherness of some kind. So it could be that that you just get a new beginning with your same person, and that leads to big time stability that wasn't possible before. But either way, either direction, big time stability for both of you, whether you get to stay together or not. Okay. Oh, I just got another one. Was this for the Ace of Pentacles? So it's the four of swords. Yeah, I'm going to say this is for the Ace of Pentacles, but this is healing as well. This is a lot of downtime, not socializing, or if you are, it's just at the bare minimum. But this is you healing your grief from having to confront all the attachment issues that are coming up to be dealt with this week. And one thing I wanted to say, I don't know where an organic place is, but something I have learned with the Sagittarian full moon is just that there really is an orchestration at play that is at the hands of the divine. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it, and it feels like it's all on our shoulders. But I've just kind of learned I'm not in control of anything really, and I'm not entitled to any gifts I might wish that I had. I'm not entitled to relationships or other people's time. It's not the same as being undeserving or unworthy. It just means that, like, everything is a gift. Everything is a gift. And um, I don't know the future. It's really uncertain, but I do know that God has a plan every single day. Like, every day just unfolds in divine order, and I'm just along for the ride. And there's a lot of peace in that, and just surrendering to whatever God has in store, knowing that some things might be pulled out of my hands, and that can be painful. Um, but whatever it is, it's going to be okay. All right, let's go ahead and so if the Four of Pentacles is clarifying the Ace of Pentacles, so we said that there's like an offer. So it seems like there's some type of offer, and I'm going to translate this pentacles as attachment right now, because in the material world, that's the reason we have attachments. We don't have attachments in the spirit world because we're not lacking. So on the physical plane, this is an it's like it's something that seems like a possibility, that you know that's an offer of, um, like whatever you are attached to that you're hoping you get to keep. It's some kind of offer that seems like it's a possibility, and that's what's got you. That's what's got you down and meditating on it a lot, because the stuff that we're too attached to also causes us a lot of suffering, and so sometimes the possibility of keeping it also causes us a lot of suffering. So that's what this is downtime, basically the depression level of grief, not quite so serious as that, um, but yeah, it's that type of downtime, just feeling feeling really sad and being there for yourself. All right, clarify the Empress. I wonder when I'm going to stop sounding so somber. I tell you, like, listening to tarot readings has been such a godsend. There are people, and it doesn't even matter what they say, it's just their particular energy that I need. So I watch them every single day. And that's also why I want to keep showing up and doing tarot readings, because every single person on the planet has a specific signature that someone else needs. And so anyone that shows up with any kind of art is sharing their particular signature with the world. And that that's just good all around. That's good for me, it's good for you. And that's why I'm doing this. Like, especially when you're in hermit mode, just to have somebody on YouTube that is familiar to you, that comes on and shows up every single day. And especially if you have multiple of those people that you can look forward to every single day, that's why I want to do this. All right, clarify the Empress. We've got the Star, which is hope. Well, something else came out too. Okay. Yeah, so we've got the Star and the Seven of Cups. Okay, so I said the Empress had to do with healing, psychologically and physically, and in relationships as well. And so this is hope. This is hope, and about the possibility of, um, keeping your relationships intact. Um, you could flip it. If you have hope that the relationship ends, then there's hope on the other side of that. Um, Usually hope does come after there was a big, um, not necessarily an ending, just a really hard time, just a really hard time. Um, but yeah, a lot of times there you do lose something. A lot of times when you're that's the reason you're experiencing the hard time. Anyway, the Seven of Cups is just showing, that you are thinking a lot about it. You're probably daydreaming a lot about your person. They're daydreaming about you, you're both thinking about each other and your life, and uh, you're running over conversations that were had, uh, areas for improvement on both sides, that type of stuff. So lots of thinking, as part of the psychological and physical healing this week, and hope hope for a new day. All right, and then the last one, Ace of Cups. And another thing I want to say too is that, like, the more you do tarot, the more it is undeniable that it is real. And sometimes I I just don't want to do tarot because I know that it's real, and I just don't want to know the truth sometimes. So that's something that kind of has been coming up lately, and I'm just like, whoa. And some tarot readers, I'll notice they'll do a twin flame reading, and they know that people who are watching twin flame readings are there because, like, they are pining after their ex or somebody they're on no contact with, and like the tarot reader will come up upon a card that looks kind of negative, and I I just suspect sometimes they put an unnecessary positive spin on it. Um, I don't know. I could be wrong. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I'm just definitely trying to read things how I see it. I'm not a doom and gloom person, but I don't like to give false hope. I really do think if people are showing up to watch tarot, definitely they need courage and inspiration and all of that. But I also think they want to know really what they're dealing with, so they can prepare and use their discernment and have good judgment. All right, clarify Ace of Cups, which is healing. It's great. Is it that one? Okay, yeah, that's grief. Okay, so we've got the Five of Cups clarifying the Ace of Cups. So, I mean, the Ace of Cups is healing, like I said, and there is healing that is the outcome for the week. Healing from grief, healing from this grief, from having attachment wounds triggered, having fears like core fears, core wounds brought up. Looking at what you've lost, there's three spilled cups in front of him that he's focused on, and he is focusing on what he has lost. he's he's not left with nothing. He's got two cups behind him, but he's not really focusing on that. And I don't interpret that as a bad thing. I know some tarot readers will be like, oh, he needs to look at what he's still got. But no, allow the grief. Like, you lost something, and that's painful, and there is a time when it's necessary to focus on it, and that's what you're doing. You're letting go. You're letting go. You're dealing with the grief, and you're feeling it, and it will result in a healing that will leave you permanently better off, at least in this regard. Okay, well, that was your reading. I think I'm going to try to make some more today for the week, because I imagine I'm going to be busy, and I finally feel like making it, and I don't like to let so much time go by before I make it. So I might make a few more and just publish them throughout the week. So stay tuned for that. If something I say resonated, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.